You know what this is, right?
Hollow Earth.
An ecosystem as vast as any ocean, right beneath our feet.
Making a film like this is really daunting on many levels because not only do you have, the human element and the monster element and all the battles and things, but the fact that we're also going into this entirely new fantasy kind of world, the Hollow Earth, something that's been mentioned in all the other MonsterVerse movies, but we've never seen before. So obviously it needs to be really satisfying.
I've been fixated on Hollow Earth for as long as you have. Your theory that it's the birthplace of all Titans is fascinating.
The idea of a Hollow Earth is something that has been explored in a lot of different movies over the years. It's almost a fantasy trope, the idea of the journey to the center of the Earth. And so we wanted to do something that felt completely new, that you had never seen before. I approached going into Hollow Earth more like going to a completely new world, a new alien planet.
Adam and the guys are creating visually a world that is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's just absolutely stunning, very psychedelic and trippy going in there for our characters.
Adam's come up with these concepts of this world that really exists on top of itself. Gravity reverses as you go through the middle of it, and there are structures that meet one another in the sky.
The physics down there are all inverted, so you look up at mountaintops.
Interestingly enough, the visuals we came up with Hollow Earth and the concepts of the way the gravity worked actually ended up influencing the script, because originally they flew into Hollow Earth in the script just in Osprey. But once we started thinking about Hollow Earth in terms of this weird inverted gravity, we thought, well, I mean, it's not even realistic that these planes would be able to fly in there, so how are they going to do it?
Hollow Earth entry is impossible.
We tried.
I've always been interested in the concept of secret technology, free energy, and anti-gravity.
We have created a phenomenal craft, the Hollow Earth aerial vehicle, HEAF.
So we kind of integrated that into the plot as a way of getting through, how do they actually get to Hollow Earth? Well, they have to have something really special.
Team 1 online, we're clear for launch.
One of the key Hollow Earth moments is where Kong comes to a field of rocks floating in the middle of the air, and that represents sort of the line where the gravity inverts. And that's something where, without a visual aid, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around it. This is how you really show what Hollow Earth is. And it's sort of an epiphany moment. It's his 2001 moment where he kind of mentally, I think, evolves as this movie goes. This is really a journey for him to become almost self-aware, I think. And plus, it's just a big, beautiful moment of Kong by himself. I mean, if you look at that scene, you'll notice that we don't actually cut to any of the characters. You don't even see their reactions. It's all about him. He is the character that we're following in that scene.
And background and action.
It's fantastic to see what they did with that art design, and the production design of this film is just fascinating.
Hollow Earth really developed with Adam's mantra of wanting to do as much of it in camera as possible. So that really drove everything, starting to look around the world, different geology, different forests that were odd, like what could we actually get in camera, and then what could we build based on something real in camera that might not be totally familiar to the audience.
I thought it was really important to try and establish a variety of environments.
So it has that slightly familiar but slightly alien feel to it.
That might be the beautiful canyons of Kauai, which might have great giant trees in it, which to a scale for Kong, he could hang in them. And then you could have like more desert-like spaces, perhaps even an ocean.
You don't want to go too far with it because it is still of this world, but you want it to be unique.
Films like this allow you to have that sort of fun, and of course you do it in concert with everybody. It's a big team effort.
The Hollow Earth costume is definitely one of my favorite costumes in the film, and was one of the first things I started working on with Adam. We didn't want it to look like a superhero suit.
I know it's not a superhero suit, but I like to think of it like that because it's probably as close as I'm ever gonna get.
They didn't know what they were going into, so it needed to have all of these cool gadgets on it. It was protecting them from an environment that they could be rock climbing in, they could be running in. It was really fun.
Come on, let's go!
Adam has brought such a great vision to Hollow Earth. I'm incredibly excited by the stuff that we've done together on this.
One of the funnest things about creating an environment like Hollow Earth is trying to occupy it with lots of really interesting creatures that you would potentially want to play with as a kid, as a toy.
There are titans and creatures that our characters in the films have not encountered before.
One of the first things in there that actually has been in every draft of the script were the winged serpents. When thinking about how would this thing do battle, that's where, you know, my brain went to like, well, you know, the wings don't necessarily need to just be about flying, it could be about pushing it. And that's like, you know, one advantage it has. It can use that to hurl itself at an enemy and then use the wings also to wrap it up.
That's gross.
The little crawly ones that come out of the ground, the rock creatures, that was just an idea that I had in terms of I wanted to see creatures that could really blend into their environment in a really interesting way.
Prepare to attack!
I wanted Hollow Earth to immediately be this place where any second something could kill you in the most horrible way possible.
It's an intense experience, but also the most beautiful thing they've ever seen.
At the end of the day, the Hollow Earth is the origin of the monsters and the humans and the planet itself. And so by exploring the Hollow Earth, you're also exploring, the history of the world, and you're kind of traveling back in time.
I think you could do a fantastic movie all in Hollow Earth about the past and the present and the future that's all kind of tied together.
And Hollow Earth is just one of those things where it's such a cool world we've set up that I really hope that down the line we can really explore more with Kong in there, because there's a lot to do and a lot to see.
It's beautiful.